So another concept when we're dealing with function notation is evaluating a function graphically. So here we have my lovely makeshift graph, and then we have two functions that we're trying to evaluate. So we're told that this line here is f of x, and we're trying to evaluate f of 3 and f of -1. So when we think about this, if we're looking at f of 3, we want to first think of, in our function notation, what do we usually have within these set of parentheses here? It's normally f of x, right? So here we're saying, we're substituting, instead of x, we're substituting in 3. So we're saying, hey, when the x value is 3, what is this, which is what is our output or what is our y value? So in order to do that, I would just go on our x coordinate. I would go to the x coordinate of 3, 1, 2, 3, and I would move either up or down in order to get to the graph. So here I have to get to the graph right there. And then I would say, okay, well, what is the corresponding y value, which means I'm going to move either left or right to get to the y-axis. So in this case, when x is 3, the corresponding y value is 2. Now, another way that you can also think about this is you can think about, well, what is this ordered pair once you get to that coordinate of 3? This ordered pair is the ordered pair 3, 2, which means your input and your output. So that's another way of doing it. Again, we're trying to evaluate f of -1. So we're trying to find an ordered pair with the coordinate, with the x coordinate of -1, right? Or we can look on our graph. Here's the x value of -1. We're going to have to move down in this case. That gives us to this point, which takes us over to our y, corresponding y value here, which is -3. So we have -1, -3 as that ordered pair, and that sort of helps us again with our function notation.